Welcome to Reading the Room, where we explore the intersection of creativity and intuition. Hosted by Michael Frontier, a clairvoyant and architect of the soul, and his co-host, comedian Benda Engelstoft. Each week, we invite artists of all disciplines to pull back the curtain on the how and why of their craft. This is a sanctuary for creators, a place to bridge the gap between your work and your gut. So settle in, take a breath, and relax. Let's read the room.
Hey everyone, welcome to Reading the Room with Michael Frontier and my wildly talented co-host Benda Engelstoft.
Hi everyone, that was me throwing my hair around.
That was that.
I imagine I had a big ponytail on top.
I understood exactly what you were doing. I got to watch it in real time and I felt it. How are you?
Well, how are you?
I'm really well. I'm really happy to be here with you and with our guest today.
Me too.
So I get ready for our show. So I start writing down questions. And so this thought dropped in for me, for you, and it was, are you a good dancer?
Depends on who you ask, but
it is not open to interpretation.
I enjoy dancing and I think I'm pretty good at it. Yeah.
Yes.
I
feel like you'd be a good dancer. That's what was my thought.
Did this drop in last night? Because okay, I must have been sending it out because John and I watched this show, America's Sweethearts, on Netflix, and it's about the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, and they're in their third season. And I said to John, well, you know, I was a cheerleader. And he goes, yes, I know. I like to tell him information that he doesn't know it already. And I was like, in the 8th grade, voted loudest in my class. And then he goes, well, I've never seen any of the routines. I said, please, let me show you.
Please.
And, you know, my brain doesn't remember much, but I do remember the choreo to Space Jam. So I put on Space Jam and then I did my little my little routine that as far as I can remember. And what was so funny about it is that Frida, our dog, fully activated. Like, she doesn't get too excited about much, but like, me dancing to Space Jam, she got up and she was like running around my legs. Like, she was
she was feeling it.
I was gonna say jock jam music affects both humans and dogs alike. Yeah.
Yes,
but I wonder if you felt my dancing vibes.
I think then that's what I was picking up on. Because I have to be honest, I don't know the Space Jam. Like, am I missing out on something?
Well, especially you as someone who works out often, it is a song that will get you going on the treadmill.
Yeah.
It'll get you stomping around. Absolutely. Yes.
All right.
This is the one from Michael Jordan's Space Jam.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
More recent one. Yes.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So, after the show, I'm going to be checking that out.
Please do. Listeners,
we'll
go have a listen to Space Jam again.
Yes. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
What else dropped in? Just that I'm a dancer?
That was it. Yes. If anything else drops in, I'm so happy to share it with you. But yes. Well, then you must have been really, the intention must have been pretty strong on that one.
It was because I was out of breath after an embarrassing short amount of time. Out of breath.
That's passion.
That's right.
That's passion and emotion and, oh man. I don't know. I think I talked about this a little bit on our last season that I'm eligible for dual citizenship. I believe you've got 3.
That's right.
Passports, right? Mexico, United States, and
Denmark.
Wow, that's so cool. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because I am not above a hookup. So
Absolutely.
Like this kind of hookup. So Italy's changing. I'm still eligible, but they're changing how they're going to be processing people's applications. And I believe, do not quote me on this one, guys. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about, but I know the dates are not going to be correct. But I think in like 2028, everything's got to go through Rome. Like everybody's paperwork has to go through Rome. So like right now.
The Pope is going to be busy.
I'll come back to the church if it's going to get me the passport, right? So I've got all my paperwork. I've got the seals and, everything that I need, I believe I have. And so now I need to make my appointment with the Los Angeles Italian consulate in Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah.
And, there's one in Chicago. There's one, I think, in San Francisco, whatever. But they got to go to the one that serves your county that you're in or whatever. And so they've stopped taking appointments. They're honoring the appointments that they have scheduled, but they're not taking any new ones. And as far as I know, for the unforeseen future, it doesn't look like they're going to be picking up appointments anytime soon. So to all of our listeners, if you've got a connection at the Los Angeles Italian Consulate of Los Angeles, like, give me a call because I want to get this done.
But if it's only the Italian one, can't you go to the Chicago one?
No, because it's got to be in. If I was living in Chicago, yes, I could. But now I live here in California. I have to go to the one in California. Because the guy who did my papers, he translated them for me, said, "Oh, it's too bad. In Chicago, you'd get in right away." And I've had this paperwork for so long. I mean, I've had it. So, I could have done it while I was in Chicago, but I did it at the perfect time. I know that. But call out listeners. If you got a connection at the consulate, please introduce me. I'm not going to bribe anybody. I don't want anybody to get in trouble. So
I also want to know what the interview process. I mean, I'm sure they want to know what your connection to Italy is. Yeah, but surely that can happen on a document. I think it's to see if you have an Italian accent.
I can make one up. Yeah. I'm not the best at an accent, but I could try.
You got to start working on it.
Yeah. You'll help me with that one.
Of course. Absolutely.
And the thing is, for me, I don't have to be proficient in the language. But when we apply I've got to get it first. But then if we apply for Terry has to be proficient.
Wow.
And they're very strict about that. So, but I do want to learn the language. I can speak a little bit, but I can speak a lot of languages, a very little bit. So anyway, that's what I'm working on. And so
that's exciting. I'm going to cross my fingers and toes.
Yeah. And if I have to send out to Rome, I will. But if I could just get it taken care of here, because we're actually talking about like next year, this is 26, so 27, maybe going to Italy for a month. Just to be there for the month,
Yeah.
I think the idea of living there has always been in the back of our mind, but I'm pretty smart in knowing that the idea of something and the reality of it might be 100%. Very different.
Yes.
Yeah. So
you have to
I've got
test it out.
You have to test it out because I've got these romantic notions of what I think it could be. And their government has changed just like everybody. So anyway, that's what I'm putting out there. So if y'all want to help me get my dual citizenship, I will be so appreciative.
Well, and John and I are going to Italy for Christmas. So I will.
You didn't tell me.
Yes. So I'm going to send you some. I want to speak to whoever I need to speak to there.
Yes. You go right to the top.
I'll say,
yeah.
Michael Frontiere.
So the original name was Frontiera.
Oh, that, of course.
So
that makes sense.
Frontera.
Yes.
And my grandfather changed it when he came. So yes,
funny?
If you've got a connection, yes, because he wanted to work. And so the Italians were considered lowest of the low when he came. And so I don't know if he tried to make it more American or French, but that's what he changed it. If it was changed for him or he did it, I don't know. So, good. So then I got to hook up with you for December. All right, good.
Absolutely.
Then I'm counting on you. Good.
I'm crossing my fingers.
I love it. So, hey, why don't we take a quick commercial break and we'll come back with our guest. We're really excited. Andrew Knox is with us today. So stick around and we'll be right back after this commercial. Hello, I'm Michael Frontiere, a clairvoyant, intuitive coach, and Reiki master in Palm Springs. My intention is simple: to help you unlock your inner truths and potential. Whether it's a reading, intuitive coaching, or a Reiki session, we focus on asking the right questions, clearing away blocked energy, and building a genuine foundation for growth. I'm here to help you trust your intuition, shift your trajectory, and truly own your strengths. Because absolutely nothing beats being able to say, I know who I am. MichaelFrontiere.com. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking around. Today we have Andrew Knox with us. Andrew Knox is an actor, writer, and improviser from Vermont. He went to college to play football, but like so many linebackers, quit to pursue improv and a cappella instead. It's a perfect transition. While living in Chicago, Andrew wrote and performed in 4 original revues on the Second City's Mainstage and ETC stage. He now lives in Los Angeles, where he's appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live and St. Denis Medical. He writes for NFL on Fox and performs regularly at UCB Los Angeles. Most recently, he's been touring his solo show, Emotional Alpha. Let's welcome Andrew Knox to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. This is what you get for not sending a full bio to Michael, is that he's like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just go to your IMDb and I'll read what you wrote 5 years ago on there. Jesus.
That's what I did. I was like searching, and I hope it's still appropriate.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. My past is my past.
What's funny about you is whenever I speak about Andrew Knox, I always refer you as Andrew Knox. You're a first and last name person. Do you find that people talk about you using your full name?
I will say I've been referred to by my last name a lot, and I don't know if it's a 1-syllable last name or growing up I did sports, and so that was sort of like how it would go. But also in Chicago, everyone would call me Knox, and there's no sports there, and there's no names on jerseys. So
yeah, right.
Where do your people come from? Michael and I were just talking about his family was Frontera, became Frontier. Do you know if Knox came from Knoxville? Knox, yeah.
Yeah. When we got to Ellis Island from Knoxville, Tennessee, to move to Moortown, Vermont. So I'm like 90% Irish, but Knox is Scottish.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay. That makes sense.
And I think it was Knox. I don't know.
Yeah. Have you been? Do you know if you've got Mick Knox, right?
Yeah.
Do you know if you've got family in Ireland or Scotland?
Oh yeah. We would go and visit my Irish cousins when I was a kid.
Wow.
I remember we went to like where my great grandmother grew up, and it was like the dirt barn behind the house where they had 300 kids, and some of the kids were parents, and it was nuts. And then she moved here by herself at like 13, and that's how she came.
Wow.
But yeah, I remember having wrestling contests with my Irish cousins, and we were like, it's America versus Ireland. And yeah.
Were you the tan cousin?
Could you imagine? I'm the tan cousin.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
My other cousins would have to be literal peeled potatoes if I was the tan cousin. God, I don't even remember their skin tone. I'll have to email them.
Ask our listeners to watch the video on YouTube, and you'll understand what we're talking about, because he's a beautiful man, but tan, I don't know. But yeah, kind of see through. Yes.
Yeah. I belong in Southern California.
Yeah, yes, you should be out here. Based on the bio with the football and going to a cappella, as a kid, were you a closeted actor? Were you able to pursue acting as a child? Or improv or anything in the arts?
I did, like in high school, there was like almost like a sketch show that every class did. And it was like that there's a narrative. And so I got to like perform my freshman year and then and loved it. But as a like little kid, I would write so many songs. I was like the most moody little kid, and I have like so many folders of these songs that I would write.
Really?
So I definitely was like doing it on my own, and then, going to play hockey and trying to murder somebody and then writing about it, feeling bad afterwards.
Did you save the songs? Sorry, Ben.
Oh, yeah. No. Answer my question.
Oh, I definitely saved some. My parents gave me like a folder of them. Maybe when I was like middle school, these were ones from. And I actually did a show at I.O. in Chicago. This is years ago. It was some like high school show that they're doing where you're like pretending in high school. And I brought the folder because my parents had just brought it. And I was like, pick a song, and I'll do the song as like this high school character. Great. But I did not remember this song. And truly, I think people thought that I was coming out of the closet, because it was like, it was the most moody song. It was like, I wear this mask and no one knows who I am. One day the real me will be seen. Yes. If only I could be myself. And everyone was sort of like, oh yeah.
Be yourself.
We love you.
So yeah, I still have a number.
Oh man.
I had a poem I wrote in middle school about a friend who died, and I had no such friend, and it won an award, and I just had to roll with it.
Wait, do you think that they thought it was like biographical or autobiographical?
I have to assume yes. It was like
Amazing.
I remember reading about it in the news and again in the daily reviews. That's how obituaries are known.
The daily reviews. Here's who's died.
Wow.
What is that, Michael?
Well, these
Why-
are sides
why do
of
we do
you
this?
both that I've never noticed before. So
Well, and kids write. I mean, maybe it's like seeing stuff on TV. When I was in
Sure.
fourth grade, there was this like creative writing assignment I had, and the prompt was like water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink, right? And I wrote about infidelity, and then the dad becomes homeless, and then the wife and kids see the dad. And I remember saying this line in front of the whole class, and the teacher being like, "What the fuck?" The teacher, or like the wife, has the kids, and they see the dad, and she says to the kids like, "Children never look the devil in the eye." And I'm like in fourth grade reading this. What the fuck is that?
You had a strong moral compass. You said,
did.
I shan't ever
Yes.
cheat.
Yes.
Yeah. So
That's
And the
satanic.
empath was in
so
full force,
funny.
feeling all the pain
Yes.
of the world from a drop of
guess.
water.
Yeah, Catholic school
Wow.
did that to you.
Yes, it will do that. I only went
Big
for 4 years.
time.
When did you actually think that you were funny?
That's a good question. I don't know. I definitely was like the class clown at home and in school. I grew up and I was like the chubby kid in class, and I remember like getting made fun of a lot. And I think I, whether consciously or unconsciously, was like, okay, so I'm not going to be hot. And this is like, you know, in that brain, I'm not, you know, whatever.
Yes.
But it's being like, okay, I'm getting made fun of for this, so I need to have a different Olympic event that I'm going to win in. And yeah, I remember just trying to make people laugh. And also,
Yeah.
it's fun.
Oh my God. And you're so good at it.
Thank you.
You really are. No, seriously, both of you. Everybody. You guys are all so talented. Really.
Really watering down the compliment.
every-
Jesus. Both of you. Actually, everybody.
I meant it.
Everybody I've
I
ever met.
meant it.
Hilarious.
But I meant it for you first. I meant it for you first. So, but I was curious. So like with football, and I mean, I know it's not that big of a stretch, but when did you decide like, wow, football, I like it, but singing, acting, it's got a stronger pull. It's like answering a calling. Like, was it a dark night of the soul? Was it pretty effortless to make the transition?
Well, I just never should have gone to college to play football. It was so stupid.
So that
it was
was it.
so dumb to do. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like, I had this high school experience where, like, it was kind of like a movie. Like, we lost every single game for 3 years, and then I was a freshman, and then our senior year we were state champions and first
Sure.
team all state and all this, you know, sort of stuff. And I think I had friends who were going to play football in college, and I was like, that's what we do. That's what we're validated for. Like, I'm going to play football in college. And then I got there, and one, everybody was so much better, and it was D3. It's not like it was Alabama or something. And I was getting headaches, like leaning over to tie my shoes. So like I shouldn't have been playing anymore. And yeah, it's just not what I wanted to do. And like I had never done improv before. And once I got exposed to that, I was like, you can just literally let your eyes roll back and be as silly as you want to be. Like that's
Yeah.
the best.
It is the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
And no one's going to knock you down. You don't have to push anyone.
No,
You don't
and
have to
also
run.
also, I was the biggest on the improv team in the acapella. So, like, if I wanted to hit someone, I knew it was going to go well.
Could tackle them.
Yes.
Could take them down. Get any part
What
you
was your
wanted.
what was your acapella group called?
Oh my God. Is there a good name for an acapella group? Okay, so our college was Hobart and William Smith, but the boys' side is Hobart. It's confusing. So they were the Hobartones.
Very good.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
pretty
Very
good.
Yeah.
All right. It works.
Very good. Yeah.
When you started acting, when did you think that you could actually make a career out of your innate skill set?
I mean, I'll let you know when I have that realization. I think, okay, I did a program in Chicago called Comedy Studies when I was in college, which was like study abroad. You're like study abroad semester, but it's through Columbia College in Second City. And so I was at Second City, and I was like so scared of everybody and thought everybody's a fucking genius. That is such a like routine in my life of everybody I meet, I'm like, well, that's the smartest, funniest person in the world. Don't make eye contact. And then you get to know them.
Yes.
But
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah, oh my God. But
Swear
when
to
do you
God.
outgrow it? Jesus.
Right? Oh, I'll tell you. Go ahead.
But yeah, so the whole time I was like so intimidated by everyone and scared and stuff. And then it ended up going really well. And there was one teacher there named Mary Scruggs who since passed away. And she told me that like I was a writer's writer. And then this other teacher was like, you could do this if you want to do this. You have what it takes. And so I was like, oh, well, fuck, this is all I want to do then is come back to Chicago.
That's everything. When a teacher can like affirm you like that.
Yeah.
It's the
And a
best.
teacher you respect too, where you're like,
100%.
Yes.
if you, then me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you do anything before acting? Did you have a full-time job? Did you work anywhere else or other industries?
What, like in Chicago?
Yeah, anywhere. I mean,
Oh my
I don't know if you had a
God, yeah.
career, but like a career. Did you, you went to college? Did you graduate with a degree that you went and taught? Or
Yeah, I got an English degree, so
Okay.
I could kind of do anything.
Yeah. Okay, good.
No, I mean, I was the king of the hustle jobs. In Chicago,
Sure.
I worked at 1-800-GOT-JUNK. I worked in
Oh.
room service for a while. Then I got the golden egg of working at Groupon along with so many
Wow.
improvisers of my generation. Did you ever work at Groupon, Benna?
I did not know. I was
Wow.
over at Navy Pier at the Children's Museum.
Oh my God. Well, that's
Wow.
real. That's real. You lived
Wow.
it. Yeah, and I mean, I sold like paint door to door. I worked at a butcher shop. I worked at 2 different warehouses. Yeah, I was just doing
Yeah.
whatever to pay the bills. So certainly no career.
Would you ever be in character at any of these jobs?
That's a great question. I don't think so. Would I? No, I don't think so. Not at a job because I was too afraid to
Yeah.
do something like that.
I believe you.
Yeah,
I do believe you on
Yeah.
that one. Yes.
I like I
Yeah.
have like an army dad, and so I'm like, I still have that part of me that's like,
Yeah.
you do
Yeah, yeah,
things
yeah, yeah.
correctly, especially
Oh,
if you're getting
interesting.
$8 an hour
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
You don't
What
want to
did
risk
you-
that.
Yeah.
Did your dad, is he like a career Army guy, or like did he serve and then went on to do other stuff, or?
Yeah, he served and then went on to do other stuff. So by the time I was born, because both my parents were married and then got divorced and then found each other and had me, so they're a little older, and so he didn't work in the army. Didn't work in the army anymore.
He didn't work for the army.
That's such a
There.
weird thing to say. He didn't work in the army anymore. But yeah,
like, is he
it
like
doesn't
how
leave
we
you.
imagine an Army dad would be?
In so many ways, yes, but I will also say a gift that my dad gave me is that like he's very like by the book, like people are coming over, I'm going to sweep the garage just in case anybody goes in the garage kind of thing,
He's
you know?
right.
But dude, thank God he did. It saved our lives multiple times. But he also, I remember at my uncle's wedding, I was like 15. And so, but my dad and my uncle were like bawling up there. And then afterwards, my dad came up to me and he's like, the Knox men are criers, Andrew. And like, so he does have this very like hard side, but then he
Yeah.
also has this like, hey, this is how we are emotional side, which I'm
Yes.
so grateful for. And my
Yes.
mom is
Yes.
very emotional and all that. But so I feel like he's got 2 sides of the coin.
Sure.
That's nice.
know-
A good balance.
Yes.
I'm going to just throw this out to you. 'Cause your dad has since passed. Your dad has not passed.
No.
Okay.
Am I talking like he has?
Knox,
Should
we
I
got
text
news
him?
for you.
Well,
You got to call him.
I want to
He's
tell
like
you something.
83.
So I was thinking about you as a writer. And I kept thinking of how much your father influenced. I was getting ready for the show, so I got questions here.
Yeah.
And so your dad kept coming through for you as when you're writing. And so I was wondering, I'm not sure if he's in spirit or here. It's why I asked you. Hi, Dad.
Hey, Dad.
Welcome to the show.
I miss you. Is he actually dead?
So-
Oh, my God.
No. I didn't know if he had
No, but I'm just saying
transitioned
if
or
he
not.
dies during this.
No.
Sorry,
No.
no.
But you'll come back and let us know.
Yeah.
No, I was like, how strong of a feeling I was getting of your father, thinking of you as a writer. And I don't want to tell you what you should be feeling or thinking, but I was wondering for you if you can feel his influence while you are writing or the thoughts that come through.
I think when I look at the finished product of a lot of things, I see it for sure. And
Sure.
I think like at Second City, I remember a stage manager telling me like, you're so different off stage than the way you are on stage, especially with the
Mm.
stuff you write. And like everything I said about my dad, like I love my dad so much. I'm
Of
so
course.
grateful for him. I
Of
wouldn't-
course.
Anything, but like he could get like angry, right?
Yes.
And so many of my comedy characters would be that kind of like alpha sort of angry guy, even if that's, you know, there was a different game to it or whatever. And I, in my real life, I can't get angry. It has to like, I have to like see someone kick a puppy or anything having to do obviously with my kids, but like, it's just hard for me to access anger. And so a lot of it comes out in writing. And I guess that's painting a one note of my dad. But I also think like the show you mentioned, Emotional Alpha, it's all about like sensitive men. And so it is sort of the mix of what I described of him, of being sort of like military, this guy, but also an easy cry as well.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. My dad served in the Korean War. And so, you know, and came back with, oh my God, right? Yeah. But you can relate. But, you know, and he came back, you know, back in the 50s, there were no diagnoses, but probably came back with PTSD. And, you know, there was no diagnoses, but it was like he was in the war. Everybody knew what you were talking about. So, and then immediately married my mother and 5 kids later. And so, you know, you're dealing with somebody who hadn't dealt with the trauma that they had been through. And then, you know, I come along and I can hear the air. So it's like my dad worked in construction. So, you know, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was tough.
Yeah.
I mean, he was super, super tough. And so, I'm a huge sensitive. And for me, the sensitivity was, I thought, a weakness until I was much older and realized, oh, that was my superpower.
Totally.
So I wonder if that, like anything like that happened for you with your dad and your writing.
I think being other than anger, which I mean is a secondary emotion, but all the other emotions I can access really easily and like the portal's kind of open. But yeah, I think I don't know if there was like a moment where I realized that, but I'm certainly grateful for it.
Sure.
Yeah.
What inspired Emotional Alpha, your show? That both Michael and I have seen and enjoyed so much.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much for coming.
So funny.
I did a bit at a variety show of just like a straight man magician who's going to make a new friend. And that was the like magic trick. And I brought this guy up and it was like, went really well. And then I was just feeling like I want to do a solo show. I spent so much time at like Second City or whatever, like kind of like writing what you think you're supposed to write there.
Yes.
Which is whatever. It's good and bad, but I think it has it took me a while to shake it. And so, although I do think a lot of the show is sort of Second City coded of just like their songs and social commentary.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I just wanted to write a solo show. And then I read this book called BoyMom, which is so fucking good. It's by this author named Ruth Whippman. And she's like, I'm painting with a broad brush, but she's sort of like us, like a liberal person who like she's English, but lives in San Francisco and is like, I'm having boys and I'm going to make them what boys are supposed to be. And, you know, like sort of how we feel now having a 1-year-old son. And then she was sort of confronted with the reality of it and like, what is nature? What is nurture? And then a deeper sort of like journey into masculinity and American masculinity and male loneliness and all that sort of stuff. But what I loved about it is she's never like settling for easy answers. You know, she's like going to these there's like conferences for parents whose sons have been accused of sexual assault at college. There's conferences for it. So she goes to the conference and she's talking to these parents and these sons, and there's these speakers for it. It's like the like most fucked up but real places, and like she's like actually learning what these people feel about it. It was just so interesting to hear about men and all that stuff. It's so good. I can't recommend it enough. I also like kind of forced her to be my friend through Instagram. It's like I'm using your quote on my show. Is that okay? Doing the show again.
Has she been to see it?
She is not. I mean, she lives in San Francisco, and like I sort of got self-conscious, and she was always super receptive and like, this is so kind of you. And I told her the quote that I'm using, and the quote like makes her look like it's incredible at the end of the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just got obsessed with it, and then I started writing about it. And like, the more you dig into it, like I know 2 men who've died recently who didn't have funerals because they just didn't have any friends.
Yeah.
And like,
I can't handle
it's
that.
so sad.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And like, it's not like a wonder that the people who invented wealth inequality and sexual assault can't get like dudes to go bowling with them or whatever. But like, it's such a weird, complicated.
It's so
mess.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And I think your show starts a very important conversation about like, I want to have friends. I don't want to end up like the men of my father's generation that don't have close male relationships. And like, your wife is your best friend, which is beautiful, but like she can't be all things. Like, one person can't be all things. So like,
fair to her.
No.
Yes.
Oh God, no. And it's a pandemic of these lonely cisgendered men that it's a pandemic. For me right now, this is the most amount of straight men that I've ever worked with consistently for the coaching work. They've come for readings and the coaching work. So, which is telling. Women and gay men have always come, the people in the arts have always come, but like straight men who don't have any connection, don't think that they have a connection to the arts are sitting with me. But they don't have anybody to talk to because of this toxic masculinity that's out there. I'm not painting it with a big, broad stroke, but they've been taught not to speak up or share their feelings or, do as they're told.
Or be vulnerable at all. Even texting a friend feels vulnerable, and you're like, I don't want to text them because
don't want to read into it.
I need to hang. Like, isn't that crazy?
Yes.
I don't want to be annoying, or I don't want to be like, you're suddenly prejudging what the other person's going to experience.
Totally. And I don't love it because obviously it's a bad thing and everything, but like, these are also qualities that I think society puts on women of like, I don't want to be needy. I don't want to be whatever. Men feel that so much, but they just channel it into anger because it can't go anywhere else.
Yes.
But you know what, Andrew, on the flip side of that what you just said is brilliant because I work with a lot of people and these women who now want to date a man don't necessarily want a man who's too sensitive.
Yeah.
So it's like, So it's like they want it, but they don't, right?
We're in our own. We're creating our own prison.
Yeah. Yes.
It's the long arm of the patriarchy, though.
Yes.
Just as men see, men are supposed to be this way, women see men are supposed to be this way.
Completely.
So,
we're all harmed by the patriarchy. Like it hurts everyone, and it is interesting that I agree that whenever I talk to like single women, they're like, ugh. He like did this nice thing for me, and I'm like, that sounds nice. And like they're like, yeah, but does he like me too much? And you're like, I think you're just not used to what like healthy kindness looks like. You're used to someone who's making you chase or something. I date the nice guy, date the nice girl.
Yes. Be kind, and it's all good. So I guess if people go see the show Emotional Alpha, they'll be fixed. They'll be cured
forever.
And that's so look at how easy that was.
So easy. I don't know when and if I'll do it again, but it's so easy.
We're still promoting it.
You must take it.
This comes out in September.
No, we're ready for you to go on the road with it.
I think like Edinburgh.
Not Edinburgh. I mean, I had like a deal with a theater there, but like it is financial and parentally irresponsible to lose $25,000 on a show there. If somebody paid me and helped me, that's
the children,
true for everyone. But
children.
Well,
don't they understand?
I try to explain it to them. I'm like, darling,
Daddy needs to perform
tonight. I need to see this. And a lot of them are comps, sweetie. So can you please go to bed? But I think like also, and this is something that I need to work to get over, but marketing a solo show is bad for my mental health. I hate it. It bothers me so much. I get the ick about myself and I wish I had a better relationship to that sort of thing, but self-promotion is like,
Yeah.
I understand.
We can talk about that more.
Yeah, and that's yours really to fix, Michael. So
no. But you're not the only one. And oftentimes artists are really so creative, but they don't necessarily know how to market themselves or like the business side of it. And so, but you have to own it.
You do. You absolutely do. And the people that do, I'm like blown away by, and I think it's wonderful. And I especially love when people are doing bad stuff that not bad. Nothing's bad. People are doing work that doesn't resonate with me and feels like doesn't resonate with me, and
Yes.
fucking own it. And they're like,
Yeah.
this is my thing and whatever. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I love that.
Yes.
Those are the strongest people on earth.
I realized several years ago that like my irritation with other people's self-promotion was completely my own discomfort.
Absolutely.
And like nothing to do with them, in fact. And like what they were doing is exactly right, and more power to them. And I actually need to have a little bit more of that.
Yeah.
So true.
Absolutely.
Just fully
So,
projecting.
and intuitively, you know, I was getting ready for the show, and Terry's Toffee popped in. And so in my mind, I was having this conversation with you guys. I didn't write it down. And it was like, when you have a food-based business, you've got to believe in your product. I've got to believe that this is really great, that somebody's going to want to spend $10, $20, $30 on a product that I made. And it's not coming from like ego, like an unhealthy ego. It's just that quality ingredients, your time, your talent, your treasure, you know, my time, that I think it's worth this much, and for an affordable luxury. And for you guys as artists, and I tell you guys this all the time, you help us. So what you're doing is important. It might not be serious, but it's important that you get me out of my head for 30 seconds, 90 minutes, if I'm reading a book or listening to a song. So you did not say you're discounting what you're doing, but that's a part of how one of the ways you can help you promote yourself, because we're living in an upside down world right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's just nuts, right? And so when I came to see your show, it was like genuinely so happy for you, so excited to just even see you. But the show was really good. Not that I didn't think it wasn't going to be good, but it was great. And then I got to talk you up. So I was talking about something healthy and positive in any conversation or interaction that I was having. You all know whenever you do something, that it comes into the coaching work or the reading work. Oh, because I just saw this person.
I didn't know that, and I didn't sign that contract at
You're
all.
getting a check. You are getting a check.
Hold on, I'm just going to reference in my lawyer. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Don't change a thing.
It's all being recorded. So, but because you all inspire me. And that's why you do what you do. And that's why I'm hoping that this helps you make it okay then to promote yourself. And you do have children. You're married, a beautiful wife, 2 beautiful children. You know, you've got food on the table. It's like, as artists, I think you all give away your art so much, or people appreciate your art. But when it comes time to pay for it, that's when they get the little dinosaur arms. And, you know, like they're not going to split the check anymore. It's like everything should be comped. So, but that comes from you. You got to own it. Because just like the power, like when you're on stage, like you're a really great performer. And I'm only offering that to you, no one else. But you're so.
Michael's texting Ben. You're such a fucking great performer.
She's feeding me the lines. Wait. Type slower. Wait. So she said, but like when you guys are on stage, like that's like your form of meditation. You're just channeling like a download, but you're so confident. So we're sitting there watching you like, oh my God, I can't do that. Or, wow, he's so quick. I think you've got such a beautifully quick mind. But I believe it. So that's the energy I want you to have off stage when you're promoting the work. That's the ugly part of the business, the financials and how gross people can conduct themselves in those business meetings. But like if I was sitting with you for a reading right now, I'm telling you, this is exactly what I would be yelling at you because your show is so good and you're really touching on something that is so helpful, because you make, for these straight guys, vulnerability approachable.
Yes.
If I always you'll notice me laughing a lot in the readings and coaching work or whatever here, because I think if I'm not laughing, I'm going to be in the fetal position. And so as long as we're laughing and we're all agreeing, oh, wow, I've had that experience, or I've felt like that, something that I thought was shameful is, oh my God, I'm not the only one that this has happened to, whatever it is. So anyway, I'm going off on a tangent and you're the guest. So
no, but I agree. I absolutely agree with all.
Yeah, but this is what I want you to do. So, I mean,
that makes me want to ask, has anyone come up to you I'm sure people have come up to you after the show, men, to talk to you about what this very thing about specifically like their own masculinity and their feelings and emotions around that?
I've had a good amount of DMs from like therapists who've like seen it or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. And actually the last time we did it, there's like one straight guy who comes up throughout the show. And that guy was like, he was so perfect. In part of the show, you have to like say 5 things you love about yourself as a punishment. And he thought so hard about the last one because the first 4, usually the men are like, I take my kids to ice cream. I like my shoes. You know, like it's a hard question for anybody, but especially if you haven't been like tapping into your own worth like consciously. And his final one was like, I don't give myself that hard of a time if I mess up. And it was like so real. And after the show, he came up and he's like, thank you so much. And like it felt like it resonated with him, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
cool.
That's very cool.
Awesome. Has anyone really gone off the rails?
Oh, for
sure. Be like, oh no.
Yes. I mean, I just did it at the Fringe. So like a lot of the people in the audience were other performers and no one was like inappropriate or anything. But they get on stage, and I think there's also a feeling of like, oh, I've got to be funny too.
Yes.
And so then I would just have to like drive the car really fast so that they couldn't talk.
They couldn't steer.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, for sure, brother. So I think what we're talking about, you know, but never in like a malicious way, just in like they're doing their best and think this is how they're supposed to be or whatever.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And because I always think about like intuition, you know, are you a step ahead of them now once you get an idea of, oh, they're performing for me, so I need to reel it in? Like, what happens to you as a performer when you can see that person wanting to think that they're helping?
I think it depends on what the person's vibe is because you know if someone's doing that if they're really nervous.
Sure. Like
you can feel that and then it's sort of you just sort of being like, hey man, no matter what happens, I got your back and you're all good up here and you're going to look great. And even saying that in front of the audience, I think is totally fine.
Yeah.
I think other times, especially with this last run, I only had the theater for 55 minutes. So I was more conscious of that, of just like speeding through these times, not speeding, but like keeping the train on the tracks because like,
they're strict.
What? Oh, they're so
strict.
strict. They'll turn on the lights on you.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I had all the time in the world, I'd love to play in the pool and just like fuck around on stage with somebody. Audience be damned. But yeah, the situation didn't really allow for that.
What do your kids think you do?
Oh my God, I try to like mystify it so much. No, Charlie knows. I have a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old. The 1-year-old, who knows? He thinks I walk for a living.
Yeah.
My 5-year-old, she knows that I perform because I'm out a lot of nights for like, I direct at UCB, so I'll be like gone for rehearsals. And then also this past holidays, I was in a Hyundai commercial that played like so much. So we saw it so much. And she was like, I want to be in a Hyundai commercial when I grow up. And I was like, we need to get rid of our TV. And she knows that I do like shows and stuff. So I think she thinks that I'm the actor, but also most of like my living I make from writing. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's also, like my wife probably is like, I think he does this, you know? So for a 5-year-old.
I know. My mother's like, my daughter's a stand-up. And I'm like, literally no. Literally no.
But she's painting now.
Try. Yeah.
As a
she
stand-up.
does many things.
Yeah, they're set up to fail.
Yeah. Since having kids, have you noticed your writing style change?
No, I haven't, to be honest.
No, but which is good.
But I'm also not writing things. That's a good question. I think I am aware of like, we got to crystallize our point of view and like make things that we're proud of because that's the best. You only have so much time now.
Yes.
And also I think there is a necessary but kind of like dark part of me that's like, you got to monetize this. You got to monetize this. Otherwise, what are we doing in Los Angeles? Like, it's so expensive to live here. You've got 2 kids. You're making memories right now. I want to like take them on vacation to places and things. And I think right now we're not doing that much because it's just the reality of life.
It's
so
ridiculous.
I think it does in sort of a positive way make me be like, what can you write that is marketable that people would want to see? Which is also a part of the pressure on the solo show where I'm like, that's a tough boulder to roll up the hill. And if I had all the time in the world and no one to support, fuck yeah, I'd go do every Fringe. Why not? That's so fun.
Sure.
But I think I got to focus on things that there's an easier or shorter distance to money.
Sure. No. That's fair.
That's reality. Yeah.
And you know what, too? Also, I was curious for both of you, you know, going from Chicago, which is still an affordable city and a lot of theater, and then you both moved to LA. Was the transition relatively easy? I don't know what years you moved to LA. I don't think it was during COVID, but was it?
For me, it was, yeah.
It was. Okay.
That was before.
Okay.
Smart.
But like, did you find very smart. Did you find that was it easy to assimilate into the LA scene? It's like being a big fish in Chicago, but then moving to LA and it's like, okay.
You answer, Ben. I've talked a lot.
No, that's why you're here.
This is about you.
Not anymore. Not
well,
anymore.
All right.
Yes, flip the script.
And I moved in 2015.
Damn.
Yeah. And I didn't have a plan necessarily. And I would say that IO West still existed, and so it was really nice to have a theater that I was then performing at, and then I started teaching and coaching. So I sort of had a home base right away, which was really nice.
Yeah.
However, I would say LA is a hard town to get started in terms of just like finding your people. And in 2015, folks had moved from Chicago, but none of my people necessarily had.
Yeah.
So I didn't know, like, once you get out here, everyone's on the same playing field, which is fun. Like, you know, I talk about how I ran into Tim Baltz at a show, and like, I know Tim Baltz, but Tim Baltz doesn't know me. But then he was like, great bit, Benda. And I was like, whoa, you know, just like, to me, he was a celebrity, and
Totally.
out here, and then getting out here, it was, you know, oh, we're all from Chicago, we're all the same. He is actually a celebrity now. You catch him on this season's Widow's Bay. But yeah, so I think that it took a couple of years before I was like, okay, I like LA and I live here and I have like my community.
Totally.
Yeah. What about
we
you?
moved here during the pandemic and pregnant, so it was like,
wow.
We moved here, and then 3 months later had a baby. So that just makes it such a different, the pandemic, but also having a baby. Now we're like, you know, we're not like going out. Not that we would during the pandemic, but I think I was sort of like, Benda, you're saying like most people had moved here. I sort of moved here after a lot of people had moved here. We moved here 2020. So it did feel like a built-in community, even though everything's spread out and there isn't like a clubhouse necessarily. It was nice to move here with like very close friends who already knew how LA worked.
Sure. Good.
Big deal.
Yeah.
So what's coming up for you? What are we working on?
Okay. In the fall, write for NFL and Fox, which is just sort of writing silly bits for football, and I'll act in a bunch of those too, which is great. And then okay, I'm finishing a screenplay, like a version 2 of this screenplay that like is now ready for people to see, which is a Christmas movie about circumcision. I know another one, but let's just finish the genre.
But this is your
never have
take.
enough.
This is your take.
It is.
Never have
It's
enough.
based on my own experience of college of getting a somewhat emergency circumcision at Christmas. It was so
Get this thing
horrible.
off of me. I hope that's a line in the
Oh
movie.
yes, yeah. It was I was like, hold on, there's an option. Okay, so I'm finishing that, which is so silly, and then I like wrote. I last year did some songs for a friend of mine who works for like a children's entertainment company, and he would write the songs with this, I don't know, whatever company, and then I would just sing them and they go up on YouTube and whatever. And he does like stuff for like Muppets and Sesame Street and stuff, so he's like really keyed into that. And I told him about this like dumb idea I had, and he was like, oh, I want to use that, or you should do something with it. And it sort of fell out of me onto a page, and then so now we're like talking about like making it into something or a proof of concept. I think there is a lot of like, and Michael, if you can get a syringe and take this out of my brain, but like doing kid stuff, and I think I would be the performer in this. There is a part of me that's like, it feels icky or like, ugh, you know, like, I don't know why I feel that way, or it's not serious, or it's not impressive, or whatever. But it's such a fun idea, and it like goes to my skills. And obviously, like coming from sketch and improv, we're so much bigger as performers, or can access that. So it does sort of fit in my wheelhouse. But we're now like in the early meetings of like fleshing it out. I'm sort of like bumping up against my own prejudices of children's entertainment.
Interesting.
Well, if I could just, maybe recalibrate that for you.
Please.
The children industries make money. And when you make, this is not my intuition. This is just the,
common
the
sense.
fact. This is a little bit of capitalism for you. There's money to be made in making stuff for kids at like 100%. And when you get to have success in those areas, then you, Andrew Knox, get to make the thing that you want to make because you have the safety net of that money.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, I didn't think about it that way because I thought, well, okay, yes, and we need to assume success. I also sort of think of like, well, once you're doing anything for kids, you no longer.
That's what they want us to think.
But that's your problem. Like literally, that's the problem you have.
Oh yes, yeah.
That's the problem is that perception, and you're the one that can break that mold and that stereotype.
Totally.
So, but I'm not done
Look
with
at
that.
me, artist, improviser, podcaster.
Stand up for my mother.
Stand up
to my mother.
So, I was getting ready for the show, and so the question is. Don't answer this. So the question is, what's next for Andrew Knox? And so Spirit came in and said to you, what do you want to happen next? Okay, so don't tell me anything. And then it said, then let's make it happen. So my take on that was clarity on what you're seeking. So you're in this really great space. We always talk about manifesting, and I always talk about you guys as writers. You literally can script out what you want the rest of your life to look like. But you gave me a great clue with what you just told me about the children's work and the performances or whatever. It's like, if you're going to move forward with that, own it.
Oh, for sure.
And be unapologetic about it. And like, it doesn't matter what anyone else in the industry thinks, or perhaps not getting the respect that you think it should get, or a bias that you have about it. It's like what I said earlier, if you're bringing joy to these children's lives that, we don't know, we read the paper, we know what's happening in the world. There's some really funky situations out there. If you're somebody's glimmer of hope for 30 minutes a day, man alive, you are a saint.
Yeah.
And so, and you're getting paid for it. Oh my God.
Hopefully.
Right? And then recognition.
If you're not getting paid, don't be doing that.
But don't say that. And I know you're joking. But seriously,
yes, no,
like you can't say that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's like, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, but I would say that, which is unfortunately just how I'm sort of bent, as I would say that about anything. You know what I mean?
No, I believe you.
It could be like the perfect movie that I'm casting. I'd be like, well, it's fucking Christopher Nolan. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like I would find a way to be like,
yes.
It is a bad habit to downplay things, and it's and to investigate why that is. It's important.
Totally.
Yeah. And my question is, do you fear happiness?
I don't think so, but maybe if I was to like really.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to plant a seed, but it's like, yeah, right. But seriously, like you are one of the most talented people I've ever sat with. Seriously, I am not making that up.
Thank you.
And when I met you the first time, I liked you, and I couldn't wait to see what you were going to do next. And so I wanted you to tell me if there was something that I could go see or come and watch. And so we all know this is the truth for all of us. We're really the only ones holding ourselves back.
For sure. And
I think you have like a lot of irons in the fire, which is absolutely fine. But now we're going to prioritize. And okay, so because I think this is me telling you intuitively, like you don't want to be a sellout. and you're not. So if you're focusing on the art that's going to bring in the cash, it is okay.
Yeah.
You're not selling out. And is that helpful?
It is. I mean, I think I'm fine selling out as long as it's universally
Yes.
respected and loved.
Yes.
You know what I
but
mean?
That's it.
Totally fine.
And
As long
okay,
as
so then
everybody
yes.
loves it and loves me, I'm totally fine.
And they
with
want
selling
more
out.
of you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But so let's get into the mindset that perhaps we don't have mass appeal.
Oh,
And maybe
100%,
we're not
yeah.
meant for the masses. And if emotional alpha is only getting 40 people at the show and, you've got to go perform or whatever, but it's like, in a theater for 400 people, the perfect 40 people showed up to see you.
Totally.
And that's really the mindset that I want you to be in.
Absolutely,
So,
yeah.
but what came through with this other message about like what's next for Andrew Knox is you've been incubating and percolating and gestating. So you're ready to deliver. And it's not that I don't think you don't believe in yourself, but there might be just like like the width of a length of hair is like how much doubt you might be carrying. And it's like, we need to release that because you belong on the stage with whoever you're on the stage with.
But
So now you need to start thinking it's a privilege to be in my presence.
Ooh.
It's a privilege. So you're not auditioning anymore. It's a conversation we had on the first season with Benda and Ryan Asher. And I just met her husband, Brian, for the first time this past yesterday.
Another
and
incredibly
he wrote the
talented
music.
person. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, for the show?
He did the music for your show. Right?
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
So, all right. So, what was my point? That auditioning, and it's like, you're in the business, yes, you're auditioning. I get that stuff, but it's like, go in, like, and it's not ego, but it's like, what you know your goods, like you can deliver, and not only seriously nice looking, you can sing, you can act, you can write, like you're the whole package.
And I think because we're surrounded by so many talented people, we think,
yes. Yeah.
This
yeah.
everyone does this. And it's like,
no.
It's actually very special
No.
and unique in the Venn diagram of all the things that you do in the center. You are the best at doing that.
Yes.
And
Totally.
it's very likely
Yes.
that you're the best at doing all those things. And that is your task, is to go and do that. Like,
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, thank you guys.
I agree. I offered you the opportunity to ask me a question or two,
Oh my
if
God.
you would like to. No pressure.
What? Well, I guess we just asked, what should I do next? This is when we were texting.
good.
I was like, what questions do people usually ask? I can't even remember. I
Yeah.
remember the last one I had with you. I was like, should I do Mainstage?
Yeah.
And the message was kind of no, and then I did it.
huge mistake.
I mean, no, I'm grateful for the experience and all the people, but I think
Because that was like another way of hiding. Like it was safe.
Oh, it was 100% safe. And then I'd
Yeah.
be walking into the theater, listening to Dua Lipa, Don't Start Now or Don't Stop Now,
Oh, yeah.
whatever that
Yeah,
song is,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is not a sad song. And I'd
No.
be crying walking to the theater because I just like, my body just knew. Isn't that such a strange combination?
No, it's
Listening
perfect
to
for
upbeat
you.
Dua Lipa being like,
I
here
love
we
it. I
go.
love it.
Wait, well, I mean, what we've just talked about is sort of the crux of what I'm trying to decide of like,
Good.
I've just finished this thing. I've a month and a half essentially before I start working like really pretty consistently during the week of like what to like spend this finite amount of time where I can
Yes.
get something done on.
Yes. So, okay, here, let's play with you then.
Yeah.
Because this might help create the momentum to get you to your next. So, so this is just quick creative choices. So I'm going to ask, start like it's a sentence, and I'm going to give you two options that you get to pick. So you're going to pick one of them. So when you're ready, here we go. So the first is creative fuel. When inspiration hits right before a deadline, A, do you throw everything out and trust the adrenaline, or stick to the structure and just turn up the energy? And don't overthink the answer.
I think stick to the structure and trust the energy, because so many times you're about to finish a thing and it gets hard, and then you're like, actually, you know what's a better idea? That will not be hard is this thing.
See?
And that can be a false prophet.
Correct. Reading a room. If an audience is flat, A, meet them where they are or slowly bring them with you, or hit them with huge energy immediately.
I mean, for me, it's probably hit them with huge energy.
There, that's you. Something goes wrong. So a scene partner completely derails a moment, or you bring somebody up on stage for emotional alpha. A, make the mistake part of the show, or cover it so smoothly no one notices.
Oh, make it part of the show. You're wasting a laugh if you don't call it out.
Come on. So you know. So a reset button. After an intense creative day. For you, A, total silence or isolation, or burn it off physically.
Oh, burn it off physically.
There
I
you
have
go.
to exercise.
See how you know how this stuff works? And then creative success. What matters most? A, making people think, or B, making people feel.
Making people feel. I really thought you were going to say laugh, though, so I was ready to be like, laugh. But that's feeling.
Laugh is best.
Laugh is best, actually. Laugh is best. Both.
Or C,
Both
laugh.
for all of them.
Yes. See? So there. So moving forward, that's how you're going to come to making decisions.
Hell yeah. I
Like,
love
just
that I've turned this
trust
into
your
a free
gut.
reading. This is amazing.
It is. No, and we can talk after, we can chitty chat later, but I would be happy to sit with you because
Oh, I'd love to.
I really think you're onto something, and I'm being selfish. I don't want you to deny us the gift of you.
Thank you.
And I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I think you're so funny and so talented. And Ben and I talk about this. My listeners are probably tired of hearing it, but it's part of my mission with this podcast is like, I don't understand why you all aren't getting booked more than you are, because I think you're also incredibly talented. And I understand the industry has changed quite a bit. I get that. But then you guys write your own material.
Yeah.
Nobody can write better for you than you. Sorry, Benda, go ahead. Honey.
No, and I was just going to yes and that and say that, not to quote our old Clubhouse, but like to answer your question of what should I do in this time that I have before the fall starts, that I think you should do that which sounds the most fun. I think you got to follow the fun because that's your intuition telling you that that's the thing you need to work on, whether that's just doing the existing show a few times, writing something new, or finishing the film, or making these songs, whichever one sounds like it would be so much fun. Do that because you're about to go into work mode.
Yes.
And which is also fun, but like you're no longer allowed to write from Andrew Knox's perspective. You're writing for someone else,
100%. Yeah, that's so true. And it's such a luxury to have a little bit of time to write whatever you want. I think the greatest motivation is just that you're going to die. Nothing's going to matter. You're going to die.
Baby.
Nothing's going to fucking matter at all.
Let's leave it on a high.
Yeah.
We get to die.
We all get to die in it. My dad might have died during this podcast.
May he rest.
I haven't gotten attacked.
He's just dying to his past. So that's it. He's still here, but it's all good. So
he did send a hilarious text during this, which
did he?
plays
See?
into it. Yeah.
Do you want to share it?
Well, this is long story short. I'm in physical therapy right now because I fucked up my shoulder.
Oh,
and I felt something in my chest which I hadn't felt before, and I had the guy feel it, and the guy was like, "I don't have that. You need to get that checked out. Like it's like a lump, right?" So I freak out. I go get X-rays done. The doctor's like, "It might be like a cyst or something, or I'm not sure what the mass is." Turns out after ultrasound and stuff, there's this xiphoid process is a thing.
Oh,
it's like do you know what it is? It's like a thing that hardens into a bone.
Yeah.
In your 30s, essentially, below your chest. But freaked out. Anyways, my dad texted me like, "Did you learn anything about your lump?" So, death. He's alive, but death surrounds us.
That's right.
We sleep in a bed. That death night.
So as Benda said, since you don't have much time left, just go have a blast. Do whatever you want, and that's how easy it's going to be.
Totally.
So, Andrew Knox, you are just a delight. We
Thank
love
you
hanging
guys
out
for
with
having
you.
me.
You come back and hang out with us anytime. How can people get in touch with you? Because we want you to get booked.
Oh,
So
yeah.
somebody
You
needs
can
an
follow
actor.
me.
Who do they call?
Follow me at SoftKnox, KNOX, on all of the socials.
Yes. Yeah. And do you prefer acting, writing, producing? directing?
That's
Like,
such
what
a
do you
hard
wanna-
question. I love writing and acting.
Okay,
and
good.
like you said, writing and acting for yourself is the absolute best. But like both are fulfilling, and so wherever the water flows,
Yes.
that's where I'm kayaking.
Yes. So, good for you.
Yeah,
Wow.
So,
I'm
yeah,
huge
good.
into kayak metaphors.
I can
was
tell
just-
that. I felt
could
it.
visualize.
Oh, man
it.
alive.
Mm.
I went there with you. So, yay.
That's the writer. That's the
So,
writer.
yes, see?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the
See how
writing
I-
kayak.
Did you see how for 5 seconds I was gone? So you see what you did for me? Thank you for that.
Thank you guys so much for having me, and thank you for
Thank you.
having this podcast. It was such a pleasure to listen
Thank
to
you.
it.
Thank you so much.
Leading up to this, and I'm a fan.
We're a fan
We're
of yours.
fans.
Thank you so much for being here and joining us and
Yes.
letting us yell at you about what you need
Yes,
to be doing.
yes.
Oh my God!
yes.
Thank you for yelling at me.
And if you're doing anything, let us know, because then we always promote it when we're
Yes.
recording.
Oh, I definitely.
So
will.
yes. So I just have one more question, because I really thought I was done. But like, Netflix is a joke.
Mhm.
Did they come and do anything with you?
Well, so that's like the festival.
Yeah.
And so it's like through Live Nation, and it's like, there's, I think, people there,
Yeah.
And,
So, but like, do we get picked up?
oh, no, I don't think it works like that,
Okay,
because there's
no, 'cause
so
this is what
many
I want.
shows.
Yes, I know, but I'm telling you what I want.
Oh, yes.
For you.
Yeah. Oh, me too. Yeah, they should
Yeah,
have done
so
that.
we're
They-
putting it out there. So Netflix is a joke, is a festival, and it's an opportunity for the work to be seen.
Mhm.
And now we just need Netflix to pick it up.
Yeah, you can see Emotional Alpha on Netflix, April 2027.
See?
Mm-hmm.
See? 'Cause-
Love that.
Yeah.
Right? And beyond.
And so it's not
And
just
beyond.
April 2027. It's actually
So,
most Aprils.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Because
Yeah.
what are we working on? Promoting ourselves.
Absolutely.
You just did it. How do you feel?
I feel great. This was such a wonderful time spent with you. I don't know where I show up on your
I
guys'.
do
No,
not
no,
know what that was.
Oh, I thought you were like link and subscribe.
So, yeah, that's
Like,
what I was going to say. That's what I
Yes.
thought. That's what I thought. Down. Yes,
right here.
yes,
I think
yes.
I'm wearing my t-shirt.
Yeah. So 2027, we're going to make it happen.
Hell yeah. Thank
I'm
you
in.
guys. This was
oh
wonderful.
my God. Please. Anything
you,
we can do
Andrew
to promote
Knox.
you.
If listening to our conversations with artists has you inspired to be more creative, but you don't know where to start, maybe I can help. It's Benda, co-host of Reading the Room with Michael Frontier. I'm an artist, writer, director, and creative coach, and I love helping folks tap into their inner artist and tell their stories. To learn more, find me on Instagram at Benda Ingrid, BenteIngrid.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. What a great conversation with Andrew Knox.
Oh my God.
I just like that guy so much.
He's so funny. He's so
He's-
nice.
Just a good person,
Yes.
you know, just nice, kind. And I want to
Yeah.
see kind people do well.
Me too.
So you, him, me, our listeners,
Yes.
like, we're ready. We're ready to
Yeah.
move forward.
Yes.
So, I actually came up with a little meditation that was inspired by the emotional alpha that Andrew is performing. So if you want to, we can go into a meditation and get everybody set up for the week, and we'll let them go. Beautiful. So good. Get yourself comfortable. You always know if you're driving, don't do it. But if it's possible to sit still, and actually sit tall. Your spine is aligned like a steel column. You want to roll your shoulders back and open your chest. Let your hands rest flat on your knees. And I always like to keep my hands palm up so I can receive. If you want to ground yourself, you can do palms down, but I'm in receiving mode, so I'm going to keep my hands up. And just remember that you are a container of absolute strength and absolute openness. You want to slowly, very calmly inhale through your nose for a count of 4. Hold it at the top. Count of 4, and we'll exhale fully, letting go of any performative armor. We can do that one more time, breathing in. And exhale. Letting go of any armor. And in this calm state, scan your body from head to toe. Notice where you are holding tension. Are your jaws clenched? Is your heart guarded? Imagine breathing directly into those tight spaces. With every breath out, command the armor to soften. And simply remind yourself, soft front, wild heart, fierce spine. You can visualize a brilliant, steady light at your center, your emotional core. And this isn't a fragile spark, it's a high-yield, military-grade powerhouse fueled by pure authenticity. See this light expanding. True power isn't the ability to shut down. It is the courage to stand completely exposed, fully felt, and utterly unshakable. Bring your awareness to the room, to the microphone, to the mirror, to the vision, and whisper or internalize the mission. My strength is my vulnerability. My clarity is my empathy. I am locked, loaded, and completely open. Take another deep breath in. Release it with a sigh. And open your eyes. Yay.
And so it is.
And so it is. I hope you guys enjoyed our show. I hope you're feeling rest and relaxed. How do you feel?
I feel great.
Good.
I especially took the takeaway from this episode today for me was like hearing some of like the limiting beliefs we can have about ourselves, and also reflecting on like how I've overcome some of those limiting beliefs and being like, ooh, I actually know what you can do to like not feel that way. You know,
right.
To like to share that conversation with Knox.
But to share it in such a way with authority that it was unapologetic, there was no judgment. And what I think is so important about these conversations, Benda, is that, you know, for a lot of people, they're looking at somebody who is accomplished on the stage or Instagram, a lot of followers, whatever they've done. But off the stage, human just like everybody else, limiting beliefs just like everybody else, and yet they still put themselves out there.
Yeah.
And that's the difference.
It's scary to do it anyway.
And you do it anyway. So I'm hoping that, you know, we got to open up a few people and they'll take a chance and they'll come and talk to us and tell us about it.
Me too.
So what a treat. I love hanging out with you. So good to see you.
Me too, Michael. Can't wait for the next one.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for sitting with us today. We hope you're leaving with a little more clarity and the permission you've been looking for to create on your own terms. Remember, the clearer your intention, the faster the universe responds. To join our community or to book a private session, visit michaelfrontier.com and follow us on Instagram at michael.frontier and Benda Ingrid. Keep trusting your signal, and we'll see you next time on Reading the Room.